Everything is calm, dashboards are green, CPU is stable, and Slack is quiet. But one hidden bug, one small mistake, and production crashes. In this episode, we will simulate that exact moment, a total outage. We will trigger the failure live, watch Prometheus detects it, Grafana lit up red, and Slack scream for help. Then bring everything back to green. In episode 6, we built our application health dashboard where we have application errors, CPU and memory usage, active alerts, and application uptime. Now, we will use this dashboard during a real outage to see how observability actually saves you under pressure. Before we crash production, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode where we build smart alert priorities and escalation rules. Now let's jump into our Visual Studio Code. So in my Visual Studio Code, I have episode 7 production outage. In this, I have Alertmanager, application folder, Prometheus, and the scripts. Also, Docker compose.yaml file. First, let's discuss about Docker compose.yaml file. It's almost similar to our previous episodes. I just changed few things. I will try to give you a brief update about this particular file. First, we have web service, which is our Flask application, followed by I try to add one environment variable, fail mode is equal to false. Then we have Prometheus as usual. I did not change anything there. Followed by node exporter. Then we have our alert manager. Finally, we have Grafana dashboard, which we were building from past episodes. Here, if you see, I tried to add volumes, Grafana data, and also we need to add it here in the end as well. This volume will not affect your dashboards. For example, if you shut down your container, your dashboard's data will not go anywhere because we are creating volumes so that all our data is going to store in this particular Grafana data volume. So it keeps all dashboards and settings safe even if I run Docker Compose Dawn. This is what makes our monitoring setup production ready. Now let's try to look at our application file. So in this file, we are trying to add a hidden switch if a file called tempfailmode.flag exists. It will fail every request with 500 errors. The moment this file is created, every request starts returning simulated application error. Now let's try to start our stack. I'm using Docker Compose up once again. Press enter. As soon as we start our containers, we should see everything running. I will jump back to my dashboard. I'm going to refresh this page. I don't see any data here. That's good. And I will try to refresh this page as well. And Alert Manager is okay. Followed by Prometheus is also okay. Then I have my application here. Followed by, let's look at our Slack. I don't see any error messages here as well. Now, we are going to simulate the failure. First of all, let me clear the screen. Then I am going to execute Docker execute command I'm going to run, followed by web container, and we are trying to touch this particular file. I mean, we are creating this file. Press enter. The moment this file is created, every request starts returning simulated application error. Now let's jump back to our browser and try to refresh this page, and I see an error. I will try to do it multiple times. I am seeing the same error. We just reproduced a production level bug instantly without restarting anything. Within seconds, Prometheus will try to detect that and it will try to start firing the alert. And the alert manager will also see that. Then let's jump into our Grafana dashboard and try to refresh here. And here I can see application errors over time. Previously there was nothing. Also, let's try to fire more errors. I'm going to run my script fire error.sh. So it will try to send many requests. Also, we can see in Slack channel as well the error message. So I see so many errors here. That's real time observability. Detection, alert, notification, all automated. Now let's try to figure out what exactly happened. Grafana shows error spikes, but CPU and memory usage are normal. I don't see any spikes here. So this isn't a hardware issue. It clearly shows that it is an application level issue. Let's try to confirm with logs. I'm going to jump back to my Visual Studio Code once again. Now let's try to look at the logs and confirm. Docker logs, web is my container name, hyphen tail 10. I would like to see last 10 lines of the log file. Press enter. So here I can clearly see repeated simulated errors. 500, 500, 500. We didn't guess. We verified through metrics and logs. Now let's try to remove that file real quick. So I'm going to say docker execute interactive mode web container and we are trying to remove this file. Press enter. As soon as we remove this, we shouldn't see any kind of errors. Now let me go back to my browser and do a refresh. I can see application is healthy. Resolved. Also, if we go back to our Prometheus and alert manager, we should not see any kind of messages. And let me refresh my dashboard. Here if you see, my spikes came down. They came back to normal. Now let's do one more simulation. So now I will try to stop our web container using docker stop command. Press enter. As soon as we stop, if we jump back to our Grafana dashboard, I don't see any metrics here. Grafana's availability panel flips because it uses up job is equal to app as the query. Let me show that real quick. So here we are trying to use this query up job is equal to app. This time we lost the heartbeat completely. No metrics, no response. Save the dashboard. Come out of this dashboard and now we are going to start that service real quick. Docker start web. The up metric returns 1. Grafana should go green. Grafana should go green once again. And we should see some metric here. Let's wait a minute. And if you see, after this particular point, 925, I can see the metric again at 928. So from this time to this time, there was no metric because our application was down completely. Let's do a post-mortem recap. We simulated 2 real-world failures. One, application failure where service runs but return errors. Second, service down. Container offline completely. Prometheus caught errors. Grafana visualized and Slack alerted instantly. That's exactly what happens in real on-call situations. Notice how we never guessed. We observed data, correlated metrics, confirmed with logs and acted fast. That's what separates monitoring from true observability. And with small Grafana volume, our dashboards persist even after restarts, just like in production. Next, we will add alert priorities and silencing rules so you get notified smartly, not loudly. Subscribe because next episode we make monitoring smarter, not noisier. Every failure teaches you something. Observability makes sure you never miss the lesson. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.